Well, as you can see, this is the Gubernatorial Election Petition Tribunal, as well as the National Assembly and State House of Assembly Election Petition Tribunal. We're here precisely to file an election petition action challenging the declaration of the results of Akwa State governorship elections. Unfortunately, however, though we presented our petition to the tribunal yesterday being the 30th day of March 2019, our petition was rejected on the premises that the payment process, which we understand to be the remitter payment process, could not be completed before midnight. You know, we were told midnight of 30th March 2019. We were told that we were late and that even if the petition were to be received, the payment process by the time we would have concluded it would reflect the 31st, because we were just practically at midnight when we arrived. But the interesting thing is that when our petition was ready, I had called Mr. Abubakar, the registrar of the tribunal, and I made him to understand that our petition is ready. And he insisted that we should bring it, that it will be treated. And here we are being shut out. But more interestingly, today being the 31st day of March 2019, I have called Mr. Abubakar again to come and receive and treat our petition. And Mr. Abubakar has told me that our petition is incompetent, that he's not going to treat it. He's not going to come to the tribunal to do his duties, which is being paid for with taxpayers' money. He's not going to treat our petition because, in his own opinion, our petition is foreclosed by time. I want to state that this is the most horrendous situation that can happen to a candidate in a gubernatorial election.
Okay, please, can the time frame of filing a petition render a petition incompetent? It doesn't even happen.
If the time frame is beyond the time allowed by the rules of the Act, yes, it can render a petition incompetent. But the question is, who determines? Who determines when the time frame, or whether the time frame has elapsed or not? Of course, it is the court. And when do you begin to compute the time frame? From the point of declaration of results. Our standpoint is that results were declared on the 11th of March and more ceremoniously on the 12th of March. But even if you take it from the 11th of March, 21 days inclusive of the day of declaration wouldn't have shut us out in any way by any standard of interpretation. So it's quite inimical to every sense of justice that a petition being presented is rejected at the registry level. Okay? So what happens if the Supreme Court gives a decision tomorrow that says or that points to the fact that our petition was competent? Wouldn't it be too late for Mr. Abubakar to apologize to my client? Wouldn't it be too late in the day? So the proper thing would have been accept our petition, let's pay the filing fees. And when we get to the tribunal, any issue as to the competence of our petition can be raised and addressed effectively. Both sides will be heard. And a decision by the panel will be given. And everybody will be guided. This is quite inimical. So we are here to register our displeasure, okay? Our rejection of this principle. This is supposed to be the last hope of the common man. And a registrar is sitting in the convenience of his parlor, you know, not even coming to address me face to face, and he's telling me that my petition is incompetent. We take an exception to this. We're going to take this issue, you know, through the heights, you know, through the organogram of the judiciary, and we'll make sure that discipline is meted out on this issue. Yes, that's why we are here.
With the speculation on ground, are you still on the opinion that this tribunal should be shifted to Abuja?
Of course, we think.
On ground of compromise. Do you have any insinuation that the tribunal here is compromised by the incumbent government?
Well,
Or as compromise?
compromise is a very dangerous word. And when you talk about the tribunal, you talk about the justices
Okay.
as well as the staff. I wouldn't know if or who has been compromised and to what extent. But let me say that when the tribunal was moved to Abuja in 2015, okay, we had an effective judicial process. There were allegations of insecurity, compromise and so on in 2015. And the tribunal was moved to Abuja. Election petitions were heard and determined effectively. And I do not think that a repeat in 2019 will affect the judicial process. Conversely, I cannot say for certain that the tribunal will be safe. I cannot say, I'm not in a position to say that the tribunal will be safe in Akwa Ibom State as of today. But I do know that when it was moved to Abuja in 2015, it was a successful judicial process. Yes.
So what's the position of your client in respect to this? Can we hear from him?
Well, Mayoga, I'm still speechless. Right from the time I started this race, it's been one struggle after the other because people with power and people with money tend to influence our judicial system and the electoral system in a way that is very unjust. I think you will note that even during the campaigning season, the issues we had, the vote buying issues during the elections, and even afterwards. Now we are here where the common man can get justice. Look at what is happening at this level. It's very sad for our democracy and for our country. What hope do we have? So I'm just watching this process and I'm addressing Nigerians and Bible people to look and see. And I'm also addressing the only God to look and see if this is justice, if this is equity, if this is fairness. I am not saying whatever, I'm saying my own one vote that I voted for myself, I want to defend it in court. I want to say what I want to say on behalf of people are suffering.
Are you saying you've not seen your one vote during the results declaration?
No, I'm saying that I've not even been allowed to express myself through the avenue that the law allows me.
Aside from expressing yourself here, was your one vote announced?
Was it? As you can see from the result. That's why we are challenging. We are saying that the whole process, the vote buying process, and all through the collation process.
Have you gone through the result announced?
We applied for this result a week after the elections, maybe a few days before, after. Till today, I have not gotten my CTC. The published ones, we have seen it. Until I see the CTC, the true copy of the results, I'll know the true position of things.
From the one you've seen, you've not seen your votes?
I've seen like 200 and something
votes. Okay.
Votes for myself. Even other better, not better, but candidates that would have had a lot more votes. We see obviously that hands played dangerously into our electoral process, and as a result, we are having these shortcomings in the whole thing. So what I'm hoping will happen with me addressing and approaching the court is that one way or the other, we will find a way to get justice served. So please, I call on Nigerians, I call on concerned citizens across the state to ask and speak out so that we can have inclusive justice and governance system in this country. I mean, you can see someone of my level coming here. We call this man, he was shouting, telling us to go away. He's not a judge, he's not a court. You need to listen to his utterances and how his demeanor. It's unbecoming.
For the purpose of the record, let's meet you.
Huh?
For the purpose of the record,
yes, my name is Iboro Uchu. I am the governorship candidate of ANRP, Abundant Nigeria Renewal Party, and I'm here to defend democracy. I'm here to do what the law allows me to.
Okay, let's meet you, sir.
My name is Nsikak Udo. I'm a legal practitioner and a social critic. This is what we do for a living, social engineering. Thank you.
Your chambers?
I'm of Gallant Chambers. I'm the principal partner of Gallant Chambers. Yes.
Oh.
Thank you very much.